Hello, everyone. Well, I'm very pleased to welcome back my musician friend all the way from New Zealand. Well, I say all the way, he's not like he's here or anything. Ryan Neville, welcome back to the show, Ryan.
Thank you, Nancy, for having me again. It's always great fun to see you.
Really enjoy our interviews. It's really fun. I'm just thinking about something now. You do a lot of gigs, right?
Yes, I'm always busy, which is a great thing.
So what happens though? Do you ever get like to the point where you got to take a break?
Yes, it does occur. It's one of those things I just keep going and going, but my whole body tells me it's time to kind of put a bit of a pause on things and yeah, just have a wee bit of a rest. It does get exhausting and you have to be careful because to need to keep going, you kind of need to be fit and healthy, which I all year round try and be. So yeah, there's important but hard to do if that makes sense.
Right, yeah. So did you take a rest from your big
Yes, took about 3 months off actually, just coming back from the States. And of course, just we had so much work on, we were busy right up to that point. And then as soon as off the plane, it just got to the point where I just needed to take a wee bit of step back, a bit of a rest that had been coming for a wee while. But you know what it's like, it's hard to turn down work. And it's also hard to turn down when you're enjoying something. It's really difficult to say, look, I need to put a pause on this because you're just thinking this is so much fun. But so I did, which was lovely. It was a great time to kind of take a wee bit of time out, and the band enjoyed their little bit of a rest and break. But so good to kind of catch up with friends, which I hadn't been, and you don't realize until you stop
Mm.
uh, how life in the background kind of gets put on pause too. So catching up with everyone. Yeah.
Right, yeah. When you travel, does your family ever go with you?
Sometimes, yes. A lot of times, it's just hard to kind of do, and things need to be done at home and kept up, and that kind of thing. And just the rushing around is a bit hard to kind of do. So sometimes, no, I just generally go with the band, and so on. So yeah, so it's 50-50.
Right, okay. No, I believe you've got a new version of your band. What does that mean?
So yes, so during the break, it's funny I say about a break because I can't have a break. I never will. So I was writing a lot at that time as well and recording, which was another reason I needed to put a pause on things. So um, yeah, so what we have done is it used to be Ryan Neville and the Midnight Blues Band, which
Right.
we travel with. But then we thought, we're all got a wee bit tired and a bit run down because we traveled so much. So we decided to stay around. So in New Zealand, we live in the South Island, so we're in Christchurch. And so we decided to kind of just do the pub gig scene again, which we haven't done. I haven't done, to be honest, in about 25 years. So it was time to kind of catch that again, which has been lovely. It's been so much fun getting out there because it's catching up. It's a whole different scene, of course, in your hometown, which is really cool. And there's so much talent there, and there's so many amazing people and friends. And it's just been such a joy. I've forgotten about it. It's funny when you step away from things.
Yeah.
So what we've done is instead of being Ryan Neville and Midnight Blues Band, we've classed that as our shows. And now as you're doing gigs, so the name changes from shows to gigs. And so we're now with a Midnight Blues Band. And we've been performing around our own town, and it's been fun.
I would think the people in your town, in your community would have really appreciate that, knowing that you do a lot of travel outside of your area. So now you're taking this, time to connect with everybody back at home, right?
Yeah, I mean, it feels a bit strange. You feel almost guilty that you didn't catch up with people. You're kind of thinking, "Wow, have we been doing this for that long that we haven't kind of even done a lot in our hometown?"
Mm.
So it is a wee bit weird, but it's just you can imagine that joy. You just kind of catching up with old friends, and it's not just one or two. It's like hundreds of them all at the same time. I went out the other day and
Right.
caught up, and just I couldn't sit still. It was just handshakes to everyone and hugs to everyone, and just such a lovely experience. So yes, it's been great. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, very cool. I know that a lot of performers, musicians, people in general suffer from anxiety. Like I'm one of them, actually. Do you have any problems with anxiety?
Sorry to hear that you also have an issue with anxiety. Yes, I do. It's something I have not admitted for many years, even to myself. Although in saying that, I do know that I've suffered for most of my life, and it's something that is important to me now to realize. And this was another issue. I couldn't figure out why I was having problems, why I was traveling.
Yeah.
Um, and I just run from it. My thing is, instead of dealing with something, is to just keep pretending it's okay. And we now realize in this day and age that a lot of people do suffer. It's become something we're talking about now, which is wonderful. We're starting to admit it. Guys are not being the big staunch, nothing's wrong with me kind of thing. We're starting to, even as I had friends that ring me and that often say, look, if you're feeling down, speak to me. And these are people that I would never have thought that would be, someone that would open up about it.
Right.
So exciting, isn't it, that people are now talking about it and treating it and getting help for it and things like that. So yes, I do suffer and have done for a while, and working on it is something I do every day. It's something I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Science for me is something I need to do.
Yeah, right. I know it takes different forms. Like for me, it's like I can do this type of thing anytime. That's not an issue. I can be on stage. It's when I have to go into a situation with a large group of people that I don't know. I used to make excuses. Now I say, I'm sorry, I have social anxiety, But if you give me something to do, want me to do some filming or even wash the tables, I don't care. Then I'm fine. So
Brilliant.
how does yours manifest itself?
So again, it's really good to hear that you have found a way around it, and I think that's important. So for me, unfortunately, and it's quite strange because you can imagine, and I'm sure you understand this too, is that people just assume because I get up and perform on stage that I'm the most confident person around. And when you say, hey, I have anxiety and I have depression, they tend to just laugh it off and go, you don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
But as we know, is in us. It's in our being. So it doesn't matter what you do tend to have those feelings anyway. I mean, getting up on stage, funnily enough, for me, I've always said is putting a mask on. So again, my way of dealing with things is running away from myself. So putting that mask on means I don't have to be Ryan. I can be Ryan Neville or Midnight Blues, and therefore that's my way of dealing with it. But again, it's so easy to just keep going. When I travel, I suffer a lot. Just that, that panic and things like that. But like you said, you get on with things, you do something that takes you out of that mode. Doesn't always work, doesn't completely solve it. It just means you can pause or push that away, which is not always a good thing because we need to deal with it.
Absolutely. But it's not always easy, right? So let's talk about something more pleasant. I believe you have a guitar collection.
I do, and it's growing, and which is not a good thing. I have so many now I cannot fit them in the house, and it's got to that point. I have them stuffed absolutely everywhere in the roof, everywhere. So yes, I've just added a couple to my collection, which has been great fun, but I didn't need them. So it's not necessarily a collection. I call it this, I'm addicted. It's an addiction. So I forced myself last year not to buy anything. And this year in 1 month, I don't know what happened, but I bought 3. So I wish I had them around to show you, but they are on my
nice. Yeah.
on my Facebook page.
Am I one of your guitar collections?
You are. You're number 1 in my collection. I love it.
I'm connected to some kind of social media. I forget the name of it at the moment, but some people send you questions and I'm asked questions. Do you teach lessons to beginners? I'm thinking, I don't teach anybody guitar. That just happens to be my name. It's pretty funny, actually.
That's brilliant. That's such a fortunate name. I mean, it's such a rock star name.
Yeah, and here I am. I don't even perform.
Yeah.
No, since we talked last time, I forget. What is it? Your style of music changed. It's become from blues to country. Is that right?
Yeah, so that's something a little bit different too. In the background, I had always been kind of a big fan of country music and country rock. And when I was quite young, in fact, when I was 18, I was invited over to Nashville in the United States and played at the Grand Ole Opry. I had written a couple of songs and was invited over for this workshop that they do. Big festival that lasts about a week. So that kind of sparked the interest, and quite funny because, as you can imagine, I've been 18, I thought I was the most amazing player on the as you do. And I thought, oh yeah, look, I'll go to this thing. There was about 5,000 people there, and we had and perform our song. And of course, what the idea was is there were talent scouts there, so there were record labels, and they came along and they went, okay, so they popped everyone on stage and went like you, like you. So I actually got to the point where a record label asked me back to their studio, and we talked a little bit more about it, and it was just not practical. They said I was a little too young, and said the song wasn't necessarily what they were after. Would I be prepared to change and all that kind of thing? And it was just a bit much for me. And I just went for the experience. I didn't really believe I was going to come back. It's like in your mind, you're thinking, I'm going to make millions of this. I'm going to be a superstar. But more importantly, again, going over, I came back and learned a massive lesson. There were people half my age that were just amazing songwriters and amazing people and amazing guitarists and singers. So it brought me down a peg or two. So in the background, I've always had this country sort of, connection, I guess we'd call it. I've written quite a few country songs. And then again, during the break, I thought, you know what, I'm really looking forward to this. So my next tour next year is going to be taking a country band over and joining a country band over there. Which is going to be early next year. And I'm really looking forward to showing my country songs off, which is a big change for me, but it's kind of a cross over between blues and country.
Right, very cool. Yeah, I believe now recently you posted something on Facebook, releasing a new song.
Yes, so Tortured Love is one of the first off the new CD out. So that's been going really well. It's there's these really interesting styles of country at the moment. I don't know if you know, but goth country, there's country rock, as we know, there's country blues, there's so many styles. So there's dark country, which is kind of goth. So I'm really, really liking this kind of dark country, which is kind of like Western music. It's really sort of a combination of different things. It's really storytelling, which is what I loved about it. It's very musically, but it just has a really cool vibe to it. So so that's what Tortured Love is about. It's just recently been released, and I'm really pleased to be telling you this because it's the first person I've got it told. It's only been released about a week. So
now there's another song too that came out fairly recently, right? Paint the Sky Blue.
Yes, now that's an interesting one because this is one of my first songs, and this has been the most successful for me. This was one of the blues ballads that I wrote many years ago. It's come and gone in different forms, as in it's been recorded acoustically, it's been recorded with two different bands, and I'm really fortunate to have York Klein and John Renard, as I know you know them. Have been really lovely, and they've wanted to re-release it. So I'm getting John to do the vocals, which I'm really excited about. York's going to be playing guitar on it. I've put piano down. I've done bass, and we've kind of put it together. So that's coming out really soon. So I'm very excited about that. It's a very different version released under NX Pro Records. And it's been quite a while. It's been the most successful. I've even had strangely woke up one morning and on YouTube, here was a music video that I hadn't seen, I hadn't created, that someone else had put a music video to my song.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
It had done it too. So I've got two different videos of the song, which I haven't done.
Right. Now you mentioned that you're going to be doing some more traveling. Is that your plans for going back to the States? Is that your plan for 2025?
Yes, it is. I've also got an opportunity to go to Australia as well. I'm, again, unfortunately, like me, I jump into everything. It's like I should be trying to take this slowly. I'm trying to get back into, the music side of things again and doing that. But I can't. I'm like a child. I'm excited, and I just want to take on the world and travel. Yeah. And I'm promising you that I'll come and see you. So that could be on the cards for this year.
That'd be so cool. If you ever come to Canada, come close by. We're going to do an in-person interview. It will be the best thing ever, I think. Been talking, I don't know how long now, how many years we've been talking this on Zoom. So it'd be so fantastic. And I'll bring you cupcakes, of course.
Because you can posting those updates. I keep asking for them. So, and it's been many years, and I really thank you. And I've really loved, every time we catch up, as I've always said.
Yeah, I enjoy it as well. Now, if somebody wants to listen to your music, or how can they find you, find your songs?
Okay, so we're all over Spotify, so just under Ryan Neville. Also have a Facebook page that is Ryan Neville Midnight Blues Band. And so all of our social media, Instagram as well, just under Ryan Neville, and you should find me.
Very good. Well, I think we covered everything. What do you think?
Yes, we have. That was a lot of fun again. So thank you. And as I said, it's exciting to get this information out of me and talk to you. So thank you
For
very much.
sure. I always enjoy it. Well, just stay on camera for a second. And to the audience, you've been listening to Ryan Neville. Check him out on Facebook. As he said, it's a Ryan Neville Midnight Blues Band. Easy to find. Or even if you just Google it, it comes up. So it's really cool. Thank you, everybody, for watching this show. I really hope you continue to do so, even though you'll see that I've changed a lot with what I'm doing. Thanks again. Take care, everybody, and peace out. So I just want to let you know, Ryan, I'm not doing as many interviews as what I was doing. I will always interview people like yourself, anybody who reaches out to me. I was just again overdoing it and stressing about what if I run out of people to talk to, which is so dumb. But
No, look,
I'm going to be doing some other things, but I will always still do some interviews and always
you're,
with you for sure,
you're
anytime.
you're wonderful. Look, I totally understand. I'm trying to do the same, trying to slow things down. It's
Yeah.
hard to really what goes through your mind, isn't it, about worry of things? But I'm
Yep.
doing a hard habit to break, isn't it?
Yeah. And take care, Brian, and I hope your wife does really well.
Thank you so much.
I just called you Brian.
That's right. Lots of people do.
Oh, all right.
have,
And
have, have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you soon.
you as well. Bye for now.
And bye bye.